Hello and welcome back to the Boys on the Field podcast. It is episode 21 and we're turning the page here. We are just over 2 weeks away from Canada's first World Cup game in 2026 at BMO Field on June 12th. And so with the MLS on pause, we thought what better of time to really focus in on Canada. And we're going to be doing a bit of a fun one here today. I'm Ethan Gabor. I'm joined by Anthony Santia, Anthony Lancioni, and Ben Griffith, as always. And today we're going to be doing our Canada starting 11 predictions. The squad comes out in just 2 days when we're recording this. Hopefully it'll get out today. We'll see how good I am at that. But squad comes out May 29th, so we're going to do some predictions. But before we do that, gotta ask, fellas, how we doing?
I'm pumped. It's always exciting before a World Cup, let alone a home World Cup. Not a lot of people get to say that their city hosted the World Cup, so it's going to be a fun month and a half here in Toronto.
Hell yeah, it is. Tones, obviously, you have a couple different things going on with your stupid hockey team still being alive in the playoffs. What's going on over there
Couldn't
with you?
imagine.
Definitely a bit nervous. Some hope might be a little lost. I don't want to be too much of a doomer, but
Oh,
I can be a realist and I see things how it is. But
all right. Well,
yeah, no,
we'll see. They go again tonight.
yes, sir. Feeling great though. Champions League final Saturday, hyped for that.
Yes,
And
sir.
then yeah, man, World Cup,
Yeah.
like best time of the year every 4 years, man.
Nice. And then of course we gotta point out, Ben, you are looking fine today, my friend. You got the flag, you got the kit. Look at this. You're just ready, eh?
This is the prop for this week. Yeah, I am ready to go. Club season or European club seasons are all done, so now it's World Cup time. Yeah, it's just exciting. You wait for this every 4 years, and to think that it's just a couple weeks away is incredible. So I'm ready to go here.
Absolutely. A couple weeks away in our own backyard. It's going to be a hell of a time in the next little while here. So before we get started here, I'm just going to lay out how we're going to do this so our listeners kind of understand what's going on here. So we are just going to be doing the starting 11. We're not going to be doing the full squad because that would take too much time and be a little bit too complicated. We each also have a couple of like our guaranteed reserves, I believe, right? That's correct, boys?
Yeah.
Some honorable
Yep.
mentions, yeah.
Yeah, honorable mentions. So we'll name a couple of those. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna go position by position. The four of us are each going to name who we believe will be in the starting 11 in that position on opening match day. And then basically by a consensus of the whatever the majority player is for that position, that'll be who I guess our squad is. Sound good, boys?
Very nice. You're
Great.
good at
Alrighty.
doing rules.
Absolutely. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. We'll start at goalkeeper. Santia, I'll throw it to you first here. Who is your starting keeper for
I got
Canada?
Dane Sinclair from Inter Miami. The guy's been on fire. I mean, obviously it's Inter Miami, so they're gonna be on fire, but goalkeeper of the year last season in the MLS, riding that high into this season. Messi picked him to be their new keeper, once Calendar left. And I think, Jesse Marsh said it's pretty much a toss-up between him and Crepeau. Either way, it's a new goalie. Last time around was Milan Borjan in 2022, but I think Dane's got the edge for this one. I also do think, depending on how game one goes in the World Cup, you might see a switch up to Crepeau. It's not that solidified as a number one keeper, but for me, I got Dane starting.
Yep. I'll go second there. I absolutely agree with you. I think it's Dane's net this World Cup, as you just mentioned. I mean, goalkeeper of the year last year in MLS. He's just been steadily rising. Had a bit of a up and down season at certain points this year, but again, he's been playing with Miami, so overall, it's been pretty good. Max Crepeau again had that great Copa run back in 2022, but the reality is this is Dane's net in my opinion. We'll see what happens. Jesse Marsh came out said that he's still undecided. They're each going to play 45 minutes against Uzbekistan this weekend. We'll see what happens there, but in my opinion, it's Dane's net. Ben, what about you?
I am going for my boy Max.
Okay.
I'm going to switch things up a little bit here. Yes, I do think that you just look at the MLS seasons. Sinclair playing for Inter Miami, second in the league, versus Kripo playing with Orlando, 12th. I believe they have 14 points like TFC.
Mhm.
Um, So just by looking at that, you're thinking that Sinclair is definitely having a bit better of a season, and he might be having a bit better of a season. But when you look at some of the stats, I was taking a look last night. Their save percentage is very similar, 60 to 63% in favor of Sinclair, but saves made 62 for Kripo versus 41 for St. Clair, and even more notably, shots against 103 to 65. So Kripo is getting a lot more shot
Hmm.
stopping done this season. I like you guys have mentioned, it is a toss up. I think it could go either way. But the one thing I definitely don't want to see is what Santia mentioned there. We pick and we stick,
Yeah.
regardless of what happens. It never ends well. You look at England in 2010 when Rob Green, messed up the goal against the U.S. and they ended up switching to David James. That didn't go well. You pick, you don't switch. So whoever it is, I just want to see them be the guy. And maybe that starts with these friendlies against Uzbekistan and Ireland. I don't want to see 1-1 or each of them getting a half or whatever it may be. I want to see a decision being made because it should have been made long ago. And my decision is Crepeau.
All right. All right. So we got two for St. Clair, one for Crepeau. Ben, your
Come on,
reasonings,
Tones.
as always, is good. I mean, this is such a debatable one too. So we'll
Yeah,
see what Tones has here.
This might be the probably the most debatable one
Hmm.
within the squad,
Yeah.
I'd say.
I agree. It's up
Definitely.
there, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even with the own head coach, I feel like I feel like he doesn't even know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I get, man, I was a Crepo guy for the longest time, but just St. Clair this year has just been fantastic. Just the stat that really has my eyes popping is just his distribution stats. He's at an 83% rate for accurate passes compared to 71 for Crepo and 66 accurate long balls compared to 45. I feel like this team really needs the best keeper that's with his feet because they're going to want to keep possession because they're not pl really playing any sides where they're just going to be where they should be defending 90 minutes. They're not playing France or England or something.
Mhm.
So I think the keeper helping and build up and getting the forwards going with long balls, I feel like that's gonna be so crucial for this team.
Yep. All right. So there you have it. So we have three St. Clair, one Crepeau. The consensus decision here is going to be St. Clair. But again, as we said, very debatable one. It could go either way. And Jesse Marsh doesn't even know yet. So we'll see what happens at keeper. So from that, do you guys want to go to, I guess, one of the
Go
probably
right back.
biggest locks on the team, right back? Ben, you want to start us off here?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think what theme that you're gonna be hearing from at least me, probably you guys as well, throughout this starting 11 selection is the fact that a lot of these players are coming back from injury.
Hmm.
Mhm.
One of those players is Alistair Johnson. Missed majority of the season with Celtic, but did come back towards the end. Played in a bunch of their final games. Played full 90 minutes in the Scottish FA Cup and the last game of the season in the league. So he's back to playing 90 minutes. Hopefully he'll be okay to go for the World Cup. But if he is, yeah, right back. I'm going Alistair Johnson.
Yep. Santia, you have any other opinion on that, or are you straight up with Johnson as well?
I'm with Alistair Johnston. We
Hmm.
know that's Jesse Marsh's guy. He told the story when he was out with an injury on TSN about when he was on vacation with his wife and Jesse Marsh called him and he's like, "Get the F down here. If you're healthy, you're playing. What the hell are you doing in Barbados? Let's go." So
Hmm.
that to me just seals it. If the guy can run, the guy's playing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Can't say disagree. I think this is one of the biggest locks. Obviously, yes, he's coming back from injury, like a lot of guys on this squad are. But again, that's Alistair Johnson's spot. If he's good to go, that's him. No doubt, no question about it. Pretty easy choice.
Yeah, you won't hear any arguments from me there. Just got to keep a cool head. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
No red cards, please.
Fair enough. All right, so that is the first one that we've had all four of us agree upon there. So right now we got Dane St. Clair at goal, Alex Johnston at right back. Let's move one spot over center back. Who do we have in that spot next to Johnston? Tones, I'll let you throw it out here first.
I got Bombito, man. I
Mhm.
feel like these next two are locks as well. Obviously, he's coming off of injury, but at the best, I feel like it's gonna be him and the next guy that we say.
Yep, Bombito won't hear an argument from me. That's who I have as well. Again, these are some pretty easy ones. We could probably go pretty quick through these. Bombito there, absolutely next to Johnson, no
Are,
questions.
are we worried at all about players coming back from. I mean, I don't think that Jesse will do something crazy, but because I think you know, Bombito and the next guy that we're gonna say are locks, like we said.
Mhm.
But um, yeah, only played 2 games for Nice all season. He's back. He played some like reserve games and is back in full team training. But a lot of these guys in starting 11 are like borderline okay to come back from injury or just coming back from injury. Are we worried at all? Do we think that Jesse's going to shake things up?
I mean, if it's enough of a problem where like they actually just aren't fit enough to start, like we'll know.
Yeah,
Sure.
If
I
they're
agree
not
with
starting,
Tones.
that means they're not good enough to start.
I agree with Tones unless there's major issues going on. Like these are your guys, and there's no reason they shouldn't be playing unless they absolutely can't go. Because again, this isn't like some random club game on a whatever midweek in December. Like this is the World Cup, so they're going to do everything in their power to play. And if not, then we'll find out.
Very true.
I do think Jesse Marsh is going to be a little more cautious this time around, especially after Alfonso Davies blowing out his knee against the U.S. after him telling Jesse Marsh he wasn't 100% fit. Marsh still played him. We're still feeling the ripples of that now. Davies just hasn't been healthy since. So I think Marsh is going to have a little bit more of a cautious mindset. I think ultimately what you have to do as a national team manager is you have to like it's up to the player. Like if you're willing to risk coming back from an injury to play, that's up to you. But at the end of the day, like you guys said, it's a World Cup. I do have Bombito in that position. He broke his ankle. He's on Foot Mob. It says he's expected to be back early June. Will he be match fit? No, but you have two friendlies coming up the over the next 2 weeks that you can definitely give him minutes to see how he goes, and then Bosnia's gonna be a tough game. Obviously, game one, very physical game, and you're gonna want his physicality. But definitely that second game against Qatar will be more of possibly a rotation squad to help ease the pressure of injuries.
All right. Yep. Nope. Fair enough. So yeah, we got St. Clair, Johnston, Bombito. Moving again over to another guy who I think we will all say. I'll start us off here. Cornelius, just an easy one. Good little article actually came out yesterday from Shinetti, basically where he spoke about the last few months with Rangers. Obviously, he had an injury as well, his hamstring. I believe it was like in November or something when he injured that. But anyways, he talked about how he felt very disrespected by Rangers, and they felt that he was choosing country over club, and it was just a good little piece that I enjoyed reading, and also kind of gives me the feeling here that he's coming into this World Cup with something to prove. Again, he's the guy in that spot. I don't think there's any argument there, and to have him kind of coming in with a chip on his shoulder, I think that's going to be great. Easy pickings for me.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think this one again is another kind of lock, being a bit one of the more fit players as well. Yeah, I think it's a lock. I don't know. I'd be shocked to hear one of the Anthony something different, but what do you guys think?
Actually, no. It's
Well, actually.
no, actually, no, it's Cornelius for me.
Say, Santia,
Nice.
you in agreement there?
Yeah, it's Derek Cornelius. As long as he's healthy. I mean, we've had so many injury woes to the back line for Team Canada, and this so far seems to be like our strongest lineup. Knock on wood is healthy for the World Cup. I'm knocking on everything. I don't think any of this is wood. Yeah, I'm going Derek Cornelius. It's easy pickings.
Yep. All
I'm
right.
curious, who's the next option for you guys, just in case they're
Mm.
not fit enough to go, or if they do want to rotate guys that are at 100% against Qatar, who would be your third?
I
Uh,
would go Luke DeFigeral if he's
Yeah, it'd
healthy.
be him or Alfie.
yeah, but
Yeah.
again, a fitness thing for Alfie as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I,
think
you
deep
know what?
profiteroles would be the
He
spot.
he he didn't. I don't even think he made the preliminary squad that
Oh,
that was released. But
Alfie, I think he did.
he
no,
must
no,
have.
I'm
Did he
I'm,
not?
I'm like no, the player I'm about to mention.
Oh.
Oh,
Uh, because I love seeing that hand tape with the short sleeves. Kamal Miller, Kamal,
He was not. Yeah, he will
he's
not
gonna
be
be
on the
missed.
squad.
He's gonna be missed.
Yeah, he will
That
not be
that
on the
hand
squad.
tape is gonna be missed.
I think he's going to be an analyst for TSN. No,
No. No.
I thought I must have. misread that. There was like 50 names on there.
Yeah,
Okay,
Atiba will be. I don't know. Maybe that's you're confusing him with.
should we move?
Ebo.
No.
Should we move on to left back here? 'Cause I think this
Yes,
is
we
where
we
it
should
gets a
move on to
little
left back.
interesting.
Hmm.
This is one that has some debate here.
Hmm.
Who wasn't Santia, your turn, I think, to start here.
Oh
So
God, you're gonna make me go first on one that has a possible debate. Well,
apparently, yes.
Bayern's not gonna like it, but I'm forcing their hand, and I'm bringing Alfonso Davies because if he's healthy and fit, he's got to be playing. I don't know. Bayern's very iffy this time around, bringing him or letting him go because of obviously the last time he played internationally for Canada. But that's your captain. That is your guy. You need him to play if you want to have a chance. That guy can just do everything. At one point, best left back in the world. He's got to be in the starting 11.
Yeah. Okay. A bit of a caveat that we should note with Davies. He will be at the World Cup. That Jesse Marsh has said that, but it doesn't sound
Hmm.
like he will be starting in the opening
Yeah,
match.
yeah. I think
So
because look, he's come back from a third
yeah,
similar injury, as we all know. He's doing rehab with Bayern, and then he's going to join the team on the 31st.
yes,
So he'll be in time to be a part of the
yeah,
group as they're preparing for Uzbekistan and Ireland. But I think Jesse Marsh is kind of led with the fact that he
yeah.
won't be starting. I actually don't even
I
think
took that into account with my
same. I
decision
have
here.
I have Richie Larea
Yeah,
starting at left back. A because I
agreed.
we need him on the pitch somewhere. Like for a fact, we need Richie Larea on that pitch. And second, I just don't think Davies will be fit enough to play. I bet you he doesn't start the first game. I
He
bet you
won't know.
I bet you he doesn't start the second game. I
But
bet
comes
you
in.
I bet you he comes in the second game, and then if everything goes well, I bet you he starts the third, and then from there we see a slightly different Canada side.
Yeah, so I'm in exact agreement with you, Ben. I took this into account. I'll be honest, I don't have Davies in my starting 11, and I'll throw that out there right now because of what we've heard and just to the fact that it sounds like there's no chance that he will be starting that opening match. I put Richie Rea there because that's your guy in that spot, and as you mentioned, you need him on the pitch in any way, shape, or form. He's literally represents what this team is, and he's just an absolute dog, and we know that how feisty and how much you can get under opponent's skin. To me, it's Richie Laryea in that spot, man, especially with no Davies playing in the starting role.
Yeah, my optimal lineup obviously has Davies in it, but like my realistic first game, like you said with the news, it will be Lorea in there for me. I'm curious with what Ben said. We need Lorea out there. So what happens if Davies is fully ready to go at some point? Do you maybe try him on the wing?
I mean that
Yeah,
they
I
have.
would put I would put we'll get to midfield in a second, but yeah, I would
Mhm.
I would put Davies play. I would have him play left mid
Yeah.
and have
I like
Larea
that.
play behind him because
Doesn't have to
Well,
track back as much.
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
Save his leg.
let's move to that spot then, that left mid spot here. Um, if so, let's put the caveat, I guess, that right now we're not Davies isn't going to be starting on June 12th. Do you guys want to kind of put that in there and then
yeah. I that
yeah,
that's my feeling at
yeah,
least. Yeah,
okay, yeah. So
Okay,
Ben,
so
Ben, who do you
then,
have? Okay,
sorry, I
no,
just
no,
want
no.
to
You could,
say, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I just want to
No, you're
jump in.
good.
Yeah, Larea 100% would be my
Yeah,
backup if
yeah.
Davies isn't healthy. Just want to say
Yeah.
that. I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
look
But yeah,
stupid, okay?
I got you. No, you're good. Okay, yeah. So for that left mid spot, Ben, we'll start with you. Who do you got there?
I'm going Ali Ahmed. I think he's had a great season this year in England. I think he's a very dynamic player. We have a similar to a player that I'm going to mention in my honorable mentions. He's a type of player that can help us with an issue that we have with scoring from open play. And I
Hmm.
think he's one of those dynamic players that can bring something to that side just to cause a bit of trouble and hopefully produce something that we can score from that's not a corner or free kick or penalty. So I'm going to Ali Ahmed. I think I wouldn't say it's a lock, but I do think that he's really fought his way into the starting 11. So
Hmm.
that's my pick.
Yep, I agree. I'm picking Ahmed. I mean, listen, I would love my boy Schaffelberg to be in that starting 11 there in that spot. And I did heavily debate just saying it just because, I love the guy so much, but I do think it's hard to argue against Ahmed in the season that he's had. I think that's his spot, especially with no Davies in the starting 11. If Davies is playing, I could definitely see him being in that spot with Lorea at left back, as we were talking about. But I think with no Davies, that's Ali Ahmed's spot, and he's earned that this year.
Yeah, I agree. I do have a good argument. I feel I would like to see Marcelo Flores there. I think he could be a great super sub as well. I just don't think he's been there long enough to really just earn a starting role just right off the bat like that. But I do rate him a lot.
I like him. Yeah, I do really like him. Yeah.
Yep. Hopefully
I
he keeps
see.
the red cornrows going.
Yeah, facts.
I also have Ali Ahmed starting at left mid. I kind of compare Marcelo Flores to what Chiesa was in the Euros of 2021, where it's not a locked position. Like if he plays good, even in the weeks coming ahead, he's one of the two guys that hasn't joined the team because he's still playing in Mexico. I think his team's in the Cup final or wherever it is. He's got an important game left to play, so he hasn't joined the squad yet. So he's also going to be behind pace when it comes to playing with the guys. So I think for that, Ali Ahmed's got the spot, but depending on how he does, I mean, it's not like Ali Ahmed is Alfonso Davies, right? Like he could be taken out depending on how he plays. So I
Mhm.
definitely do think Marcelo's a name to watch to potentially start in the
Yep.
latter games of the tournament.
For sure. I think he will be heavily featured, and as you guys mentioned, definitely could be a bit of a super sub in this tournament. We'll see what happens with him, but I've loved what I've been seeing from Flores since he converted to Canada. So we'll see how that goes here. All right, let's move one spot over here, the center. Tones, you want to start us out?
Yeah, so I mean, am I just saying the one or am I saying both?
Do we want to just say both? We can say both.
You
Yeah,
can
you
say,
just say
but I
because
think
I guess it depends where you put them,
Yeah,
which I'm not sure how much that matters, but
we can say both. Why not?
okay. So I went with Eustachio and Kone. I
Mhm.
just feel like that's the best mix of just on the ball presence and creativity, as well as off the ball, get the engine, get just covering ground, especially from Kone. I love what I've seen from Kone since he's joined Sassuolo. He's actually kind of had a resurgence, both with his attitude and with his on the field play. So I'm sure the Gaffa has seen that. So
yeah, no. Yeah, 6 goals for Sassuolo as well as a
Mhm.
central midfielder is pretty good. But yeah, I agree. I think again, a lot of these are kind of if they're fit, they have to play. If they're fit, they have been playing, so they'll probably keep playing. And I think Kone and Eustachio are two locks for this team. They have to be in that 11.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
me, for
Oh, go
me,
ahead. You're good.
Ismail Kone is a lock. I think that's been his position. Like you guys said, Sassuolo, he's just killed it this year. Fabio Grosso's done a phenomenal job with his attitude. That's what every manager said. He needs an attitude check, and I feel like he finally got it playing in Italy. For my other midfielder, I'm actually gonna go with Nathan Saliba. I thought he's had a really good season, finally making it into Europe. We saw more of that playmaking ability when he plays for Canada. If you want to go a little bit more attacking, I know Stachio's got more of the um, experience, but I think they might honestly just go for a younger option in Saliba to see what he can bring.
Okay. I went with Kone and Estacchio. To me, they're your guys. They've been your guys for on this team for the last, what, 5 years? That's a pretty easy thing. As you mentioned, Kone, since he's gone to Sassuolo, has found some stability. Obviously, had a bit of a rough time getting to that point. As we know, the attitude can be a little bit of an issue. But to me, in the World Cup, he's one of the guys that you want on this pitch. He has that sort of dog attitude that we've been talking about with Richie Larea as well. Suits this team. I think they're your two guys right there. All right. So let's move over to the right side here. My guy, I'll start this off, I guess. Tejan to me, absolute lock there in that. Had a great season with Villarreal. Had I think 7 goals this year, I want to say, if
seven
that's
goals, one
correct.
assist.
7 goals, 1 assist. All right, we'll take it. Has
His
found a
best
home
season
there.
ever in
Yep.
Europe. So
Has found a great home there playing in the Liga. That's his spot. Hopefully he doesn't get injured like he did at Copa and can keep that going there. That to me is Tejan.
I got
I
Tejan
agree.
as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think we all got
All
Dejan.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
not much crazy stuff. It's a pretty fairly
yeah,
easy 11 to select. It's
yeah,
not like France or well, not
yeah,
England now.
yeah. No, for sure. All right,
Not with
Tayshaun
not with
there.
that squad list.
Tuchel's made it nice and clear what he's doing.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, do we want to go up top here? Let's finish it off. Who wants to start us?
I feel like this is where the debates will come. Okay, so we
We
all
Yeah.
have
could.
Joe David, even
yeah, we
with
Yeah.
all have Joe
his.
We
David.
all
Yeah,
have David. Now let's
13.
move.
Just a quick note on David as well. 13 goals under Jesse Marsh, which is the most out of any Canadian player. I know he's been struggling a bit at times in Italy. Juve fans aren't too happy about him. I'm sure the
Santia is.
no, I'm not saying
No, you see, no, it's not that I'm happy, but he's known to take a little bit longer to get going. And I
Yeah,
just think with the state that Juve's in when it comes to cash flow, you give him the extra season, see what he can do.
I
fair
agree.
enough.
I'm all for giving Canadians an opportunity in Europe. So yeah, I think that's a lock. Yeah, 13 goals.
Yep. All right,
All coming to
Johnny.
visit.
All right. Next, and I guess our final spot in the starting 11. This one could have some debate. Ben, do you want to give us your name here?
I know what he's gonna say. I know who he's gonna say.
Yeah.
We're going Kyle
I
Larin,
knew it. I knew it.
baby.
I knew
There's
it.
no other option. Look, guys, I know the last goal he scored for Canada was October 2024, I believe. So I know it's been quite a while, but let's not forget this guy can find the back of the net while wearing a Canada kit. Not only a Canada kit, but with Southampton as well. He's got 8 goals since February.
Well,
8 goals since February in the championship since he's went to Southampton. Jesse Marsh when he was in Spain, I believe, or in yeah, he's in Spain. He wasn't playing. Jesse Marsh said, "You need to get game time and you need to score goals if you want to make the squad." He's done exactly that and then some. And with the injuries that we're kind of maybe going to mention as well, I think it's a lock. I think Kyle Aaron starts with Jonathan David come June 12th.
All right, we got one for Laren. The reasoning's there. You backed it up. Tones, who do you got?
I do love the argument for Laren, but I feel like we've harped on this for so long. Just the age, the legs aren't there. Honestly, I think he's earned his right at least as the first striker sub, like late in the game or whatever. I think he's earned that now, especially with someone who I would have put here if healthy. I'm not sure what the status is with that, but Promise David.
Yeah, I don't think
he'll
he's
be
going
there,
It's
but I don't think he's
it
starting.
sounds like he will be
Yeah.
there. We don't exactly know what
Yeah.
his health status is going to be, though.
All right. Well, even though he's, I guess, kind of struggled for minutes a bit, I'm still gonna go with Tanny just because I just need the legs up there. I just need someone who can just run at people, and and if he's just not just doing it, and then I have no problems with throwing in Laren. But I think I'd go with Tanny to start.
Okay, we got one Laren and one Tanny. Santia,
I think
who
I've
do you
been
got?
converted to the dark side. I'm going Kyle Aaron.
Yes, Cynthia. Let's
It's
go.
it's purely for the
Let's
fact
go.
it's purely for the fact I would 1,000,000% go Promise David, but I don't think he's healthy enough to start. And I think you just have to give that pedigree that Laren's shown this season. Although he's come out Southampton, he's cheating, watching teams practice. So we'll see how
Eh,
Kyle Laren actually does.
That's true.
I
Yeah, actually, that's
I
true. Yeah.
I don't think he'll be the greatest striker as we've touched on his age. He kind of just stands there, but we can hope that he's standing in the right position and he can pot a couple.
Yep. Okay, so we have two for Laren and we have one for Tanny. Ugh, if you would ask me this question
Ethan, come on.
even 4 months ago,
Come on.
you guys know, and I think we even did a podcast where I said that this guy should not be playing for Canada any longer. If
I'm
you asked me this
Only
four months
180,
ago,
eh?
there's no way I would have said his name. In my mind, he has played his way into the starting 11
Yes, he
this year.
has.
I have to go with Kyle Laren. Again, there is that caveat of promise injury. That changes things and that helps Laren's case. But again, what a great season for him at Southampton. 9 goals and 22 appearances this year for him in the championship. He's played his way onto the squad, and again, he has the pedigree. He is your all-time, or was, I guess, your all-time goal scorer for the country. He's been there. He's played at a World Cup before. He's been with this team for so long. I think he's earned his way into being the starting 11 on June 12th. So I will go with Kyle Laren.
Yes, I'm
Gotta
loving
get
this.
him some Osmos then. Right.
Just to know
Oh, Ben,
before
we gotta get that prop out before the World
we
Cup.
do, we each guys just yeah. If he's starting on June 12th, that next podcast we're all starting
I gotta
on.
show the picture of the that
I,
prop.
I do want to
Uh,
point out a few things. I'm in my honorable mentions. I did have
yeah,
Thomas David, but he's coming back from the hip injury. He hasn't played since February. But I did want to shout out the fact that he's got 11 goal involvement, so goals and assists in 26 games in the league this year for a Canadian. Big boy, got pace, can finish. I'm really hoping that he can be fit. But the big one I really think is going to make a big difference in this starting 11, and or maybe the squad, I should say, coming off the bench more likely, is our boy Schaffelberg. He's the most caps for a midfielder under Jesse Marsh with 23. So he's obviously loves to be used. And same thing with Ahmed. I think that with how direct he is and his pace, I think like we're gonna need to score goals from open play if we want to win games at this World Cup, and he could help out with that. And
Uh,
shout out to Osorio too, because he was my other honorable mention. I want to see him get minutes.
Yeah, no, fair enough. A couple of my honorable mentions. We kind of already did them already. One of the guys that I really, really like, as we talked about, Marcelo Flores. I think that he can have a big impact in this World Cup. You mentioned Promise David as well. Again, borderline, obviously starter, but with the injury, everything like that. And then I mentioned him already, but my guy Jacob Schaffelberg, bring him on, bring him into this squad, man, bring him. I love
I
that
can
guy.
see.
He's a dog.
I bet you if we get like maybe 4 points at least out of the first two games, excuse me. If we can get 4 points out of the first two games at least, I bet you that third game maybe a different lineup comes up and maybe we see Schaffelberg in the 11.
We'll see. All right, Santia and Lancioni, we got like a minute left here. Quick
Yeah.
honorable mentions from you guys.
I'm gonna go with Sigur. Just
Hmm.
good ball playing
That,
for a
that,
defender.
I was thinking of putting him in the 11 too, actually.
Yep.
For me, it's just Flores. That was my main one. Super quick, because I know we got about a minute left. This is just our consensus squad. We got Dane
Yep.
Sinclair in net, left back Larea, center backs Bombito Cornelius, right back Johnson, midfielders Kone Stachio, left mid Ahmed, right mid Tejan, strikers David and Laren. So that's our starting
There.
11 for the game
There we go.
against
That is the
Bosnia.
Fun
squad.
fact, this is literally Stephen Caldwell's lineup.
Yeah,
Is
well, we
it?
did
It's
it
this
first.
final one, yeah. Yeah. He has Laren as a lock, so I guess I'm the outlier here.
That's
Ah,
crazy.
okay. Well, there you go. We could all be on TSN now since we think like
Ooh.
Stephen Caldwell. All right, we'll wrap this up here. That was our World Cup starting 11 predictions. As we get going in the World Cup, we'll be pretty much solely talking about that for the next month, a month and a half or so. Just want to wrap this up before the time runs out. I've been Ethan Gabor with Ben Griffith, Anthony Lancioni, Anthony Santia. We'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks for listening.
Hey.